Okay, hey guys, it's Coach Merrick. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. Today we're going to start with the basics of Muay Thai. We're going to start with the stance and footwork. Let's go. Okay, so let's get started with the stance. Okay, so what we need to know is there's not just one stance. There's many different stances and you will probably find your own as you make progress. But let's go over the three basic ones, okay? So if you want to find your stance, first you need to know, okay, are you going to be left-handed or right-handed? I'm going to show you the technique that I was taught by my coach, how to get into basic stance. So first what we want to do is just put our feet together like this, right? Now I'm right-handed orthodox, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pivot my right foot on the heel like this, 90 degrees angle. Then I'm going to pivot on the ball of my foot like this and do the exact same thing one more time. So pivot on my heel and pivot on my toes, on my ball of my foot. That's pretty much the stance that I want to have, that I want to keep, all right? The distance between my feet. You can go a little bit more, a little bit less. What you don't want to do, you don't want to line up your feet like this. You'll be off balanced. We're going to go into this a bit later when we're going to talk about kicks and blocks. All right, so once you have your stance, what are you going to do? You don't want to stay up and tall like this because then you're a big target, you're exposed. So you want to bring your hips in. It's like doing a crunch, you're doing sit-ups, all right? Then what you want to do is bring your shoulders up without doing shrugs. So you don't want to get tense, you don't want to flex, right? Just bring your shoulders up a little and your hands up at the level of your temples. This is too low, this is too high, okay? So if you bring your hands together like this, your thumbs should touch each other and you should have your hands in front of your eyes. You don't want to look from above your hands and not really from underneath your hands because you're exposing either your body or your face, okay? So your right hand, in my case, right-handed, my right hand will be really close to my face, but without touching it. My left hand will be more to the front towards my opponent, so I can frame, I can block, I can grab, I can do many, many different things. But again, we're going to cover this in a different video. Now, the three different stances. The first one would be, you would stay flat-footed on both of your feet, okay? Your knees are always slightly bent, so you don't want to stay straight on your legs, all right? You bend your knees a little, drop your body weight, and then you're going to move nice and slow, doesn't matter, left and right, back and forth. We're going into the details in a second. Okay, so the first stance, square and flat-footed on both feet, all right? Now, the defensive guard, the defensive stance, is when you put more weight on your back leg and very little weight on your lead leg. It's going to be on the ball of your foot, right? So you want to lift your heel, you don't want to be flat-footed on this foot. And you will see this in Muay Thai fights very often, where fighters kind of bounce to the rhythm of the music, right? So you see this a lot. But like I said, this is a defensive style, and you don't want to stay in this stance all the time. You want to maybe switch between the first one, the second one. The third one, which is an offensive one, that one that I like the most, you're going to be flat-footed on the lead foot, and you're going to lift the heel of your back foot here, okay? This way you're always ready to fire a kick or a knee, all right? So this way. So again, the first one, flat-footed on both feet. The second one, more weight on the rear leg, less weight on the lead leg. You're ready to check a kick, fire a front kick or a knee, okay? Or the third one, more offensive, all right? Back foot is on the ball of your foot and the lead leg is flat-footed. Now a few key points that you will find in every single stance. You want to stay square in your hips. So it doesn't matter if your right foot is forward or your left foot is forward, you always want to face your opponent. You never want to go sideways like this because of low kicks and any other kick. Okay, you don't want to expose your back. So always thinking that, always staying square, okay? Your hands, like I said before, they have to protect your temples. A boxing stance is not good because of elbow strikes. If your hands are too low, you will not be protecting your temples here. Okay, you can get cut easily with an elbow strike. Your hands position. So you know that in boxing sometimes your thumbs are towards you. Okay, in karate and all these styles. In Muay Thai, we want to turn our hands a little bit more this way. All right, that is again because of clinching and elbow strikes. I said it before, I will say it again. You want to bring your hips in. So looking from the side, you don't want to be standing like this, okay, exposing your ribs. You want to bring them in. So now, if you're absorbing a body shot, you can flex your abs, you can take a body shot. At the same time, when you're throwing kicks, which we'll cover later, okay, if your hips are already here, it's going to be hard for you to do the hip movement that you need. If it's more in the back, it's going to be much easier to rotate your hips. This is also the reason why we're keeping our elbows a little bit higher than in boxing or other styles, because if you keep them tight, they're going to block your hips, okay? You won't be able to do the right movement that you need for your kicks. Okay, another important part is always to keep your chin down, all right, to protect your chin. You don't want to expose it, so that, again, I will use this in a second. Okay, that's why we don't want to bring our head up, look from above our hands. We want to hide our chest a little, so kind of bringing your shoulders in, not back, all right? And keep our chin down. So your chin should always be below your shoulders level. So when you're looking from the side, okay, you shouldn't be seeing my chin here, all right? Now to help you with that, what you can use, your hand wraps. Okay, lots of people, when they box, what they do they bring their chin up, they expose themselves to a counter, okay? Use this, put it under your chin, okay, and just practice moving around with this without dropping it. You can use a tennis ball, you can use a hand wraps, whatever works, okay? Kind of the same size as this, the size of a tennis ball, right? So now let's go over basic footwork. So I said it before, what you don't want to do is cross your legs. It doesn't matter if you're just staying here or you're moving. So you want to absolutely avoid doing this, okay? If you get kicked in this moment, you will fall. You will be off balance. So you can use this, all right? The way you want to move is you want to shuffle on your feet. Okay, so let's say I'm moving left. I will go left, right, okay? I open my legs and bring them together again, still keeping the same distance, pretty much shoulder width, right? We don't need this anymore. So I would like you to practice simple steps. Let's say you go 2 steps forward, so you'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, then you go left, 1, 2, 1, 2, then you go back, up. Always looking forward, don't look at your feet. If you start looking at your feet, everything will be messed up, okay? That's not how it works. You have to see your opponent. The best way to look at your opponent is to look at the chest. Don't look him in the eyes, don't look at his feet. This is the trunk. What you want to see is shoulders and the sternum here, okay? So if we're going right, up, right, and then again, up, forward. If you go back, up, okay, left. So simple principle, guys. If you go left, you start with your left leg. If you go right, you start with the right. If you move forward, your lead leg. If you go backwards, your back leg starts first, okay? And always staying square, right? So don't ever go in a side position. Once you master this, you should go in all directions. We see people always, especially when they have a mirror, they look in the mirror and they just go back and forth, back and forth. That's a mistake, because you have to move in all directions. Imagine you're in the ring, okay? It's in 3 dimensions. So you want to go, do 1 or 2 steps, up, pivot a little bit, right? Always keeping the same distance between your feet. Then you move again, and you pivot again, and you always keep the same distance between your feet. So that's it for the basic footwork, guys. If you have any questions, please comment below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I see you in the next video.